Hey guys, so I did a Q&A on my Instagram and I got a few questions, so I thought I might as well video me filming the answers for you guys just so you can get to know me just a little bit more. We're going in hard and fast. So the first question is, when are you planning on having kids? Well, in the end of my teen years, I always thought I was going to have my first child by 25. But now that I'm 22, I definitely do not want a kid anytime soon. Definitely not in the next 2 years. So my timeline has changed a little bit. I am now thinking I would definitely have a kid, the earliest would be 27. And let's be honest, my lifestyle would not cater for a child right now. Like, I can hardly afford myself, let alone another human being. And I already have 2 dogs, which I would classify as my children. So the next question is, how long have you been YouTubing for and what advice do you give people starting out? My first ever video was 4 months ago. This is my first ever video here, if you can see it. This one here, which was on my first time experiencing lip filler, and that was posted 4 months ago. However, I did not post for another month after that, which was my video about how much it costs to own a dog, and that was 3 months ago. I would only say I started YouTube 3 months ago. Since then, I have been consistently posting once a week. The second part of the question was, what advice do you give people starting out? And I probably have around 3 things that I've learned over the past 3 months, and that would be, 1, literally just start it, just do it. Don't think about it too much, because I feel like you can constantly come up with excuses as to why you're not ready to start YouTube yet. Either I'm waiting to have the perfect setup, or I'm waiting till I can afford to buy a camera, or I don't have much free time. Like, you're constantly thinking of all these different excuses as to why you're not ready to start YouTube yet, so you just don't start it and you procrastinate and you just say, one day I'm going to start YouTube, one day I'm going to do this, and one day I'm going to film a video about this. But the best thing to do is literally just start. The first few videos people hardly watch. So yeah, my first tip is definitely just start. Honestly, just do it. Don't think about it too much. Just put yourself out there. Don't think about it too much as well in terms of niching down. When I first started, I was honestly posting, well, I still to this day am still posting about random different topics. For example, if I look on my YouTube channel to my first lot of videos, I had my lip filler video, had a dog video, had a fitness video, had a manifesting, morning routine, my salary breakdown, clothing haul, day in my life. Like, my videos were all over the place, different topics, but I just feel it's important not to niche too fast, because I feel like you don't actually find out what you enjoy filming or what you don't enjoy filming until you start doing it. Tip 2 would be, honestly, do not care about what people think, because that's probably the biggest reason why people don't start YouTube, is because they care about what people think and they're scared that people will judge. But honestly, there always will be someone that makes fun of you. They may support you to your face, but they may not support you behind your back. In these days, people will make fun of you to begin with, but if they see you progress and you gain subscribers, or you start becoming successful in anything that you do in life, they then turn around and end up supporting you in the end. At least you're putting yourself out there and you're trying to do something that you've always wanted to do. So my third tip is probably practice makes perfect, and also practice gives you more confidence. To start with, I was getting so frustrated talking in front of camera. I just wouldn't get it right. I'd constantly mumble, constantly stumble on my words, and it just took me 1,000 shots just to get me saying one little sentence. But now I feel like, as I've filmed, I think I've filmed probably 16 videos now, I am becoming a lot more fluent and find it a lot more easier to talk to the camera. So I feel like the third tip would be, don't give up, keep pushing through, because you will get better. The next question was, when was your first kiss? So my first kiss was probably, I think, in year 10 or year 11 of high school. I met this guy through my friend, and I just started hitting him up, and then I went on my first ever date and we went to a movie theater and we kissed. That's the story of my first kiss. The next question is, what religion are you? I wouldn't say I have a religion. My mum is Kiwi and she didn't really grow up in a religious household. However, my dad is South African and he didn't leave the country until he was 27, and up until that point he grew up in a Christian household and he went to church on a regular basis each week. So he does have more of the Christian upbringing. However, that didn't really transpire into my household with my parents and my brother and I. The next question is, who is your best friend? I feel like you know who you are, and I'll leave it at that. The next question is, what is the most embarrassing thing you have ever done? I'm not too sure about that question, to be honest, but I can tell you the most embarrassing moment I've had, which would be back when I lived with my parents. My partner came over one night, and as you do, you're doing the deed in your bedroom, and if you don't have a lock on your door, you just keep it shut and expect someone to knock on the door before they come in. However, one night my dad decided not to knock on the door and just to bolt straight in as my partner and I were doing the deed. As my dad walked in, but my partner was standing directly facing the door. So when the door opened, my dad and my partner were literally making direct eye contact. The next question is, have you ever had any surgery? The answer is yes. And if you want to know more, you should go check out my latest video that I posted before this. The next question is, do you like black or white men? This is a funny one, but so growing up, if you were one of my friends during high school and through university, you know I have a thing for any man of color. You can be tan, you can be black, literally any shade of tan, just not white. I went through my whole high school life and uni life liking this, thinking this was my type. However, my ex was white. So now my partner now, who is Zimbabwean and he is black, thinks that I don't have a type because I went from a white dude to a black dude. The next question is, what is your YouTube setup? What my YouTube setup is now is definitely not what it was when I first started. I first started out with, in fact, my iPhone 13 and just a literally small handheld iPhone tripod. I probably filmed 11 to 12 videos with just my phone, and it was actually good quality. The only downfall of having your phone as your camera is that the audio just isn't as good, and you struggle to film outside with any form of wind or breeze, and any background noise, it will pick that up. I did probably 2 months with just using my phone, and then my lovely co-worker at work, she let me borrow her Canon G7X, and this is what it looks like here. Literally just sort of vlogging small handheld camera, and it has a flip screen just like this. And she let me use this, and I probably filmed a further 3 or 4 videos using this Canon, and this is really good. I did find this a lot better than the iPhone in terms of having the flip screen, because it made it easier to set up your shots if you didn't have someone helping you. So if my partner wasn't helping me set up the shots, I would literally just flip the screen up and I could see what I was doing. The other thing with this, it is very good for vlogging. So I used this when I went away to Australia and filmed my last video and my upcoming videos I will be posting soon. But I literally just used this. The only downfall of the Canon G7X is if you're wanting to film in 4K, it does overheat after filming for 10 minutes. So for me, that was the one downfall, because a lot of my standing just face to face with a camera videos do take a lot longer than 10 minutes. So I was finding that it was overheating quite often, and it meant I had to take little breaks in between filming for the camera to cool down and allow for me to continue videoing. After using the G7X, I am now currently using another friend's camera, which is a Sony Alpha 6000, which I am just borrowing for at the moment. However, I am looking at buying another camera from Sony, which I might buy sometime soon, and if I do, I will share that camera with you in another upcoming video. Oh, actually, one thing. So my phone, I didn't have a microphone for, and as well as the Canon G7X, this also doesn't come with an attachment for a microphone. It has a plug but no attachment. However, the camera I am using now, which is the Sony Alpha 6000, it does have a part where I can attach a microphone, which my partner was kindly enough to purchase for me, which is a Rode microphone, and that's what I'm using now, and it definitely makes the biggest difference in terms of the audio quality. As well as that, I also do have a ring light, which I'm using now, and it just helps a lot when the lighting is very bad or the sun is down. For instance, right now it's pitch black outside and I have just a ring light in front of me and just some normal house lighting. So the next question is, what or who inspired you to start YouTube? So I have always in fact wanted to start a YouTube. I just never had the confidence to do so. I did watch a lot of YouTube. I literally watch YouTube morning and night, and I have my people that I follow rigorously right from the day they started YouTube all the way till now when they're really, really successful. So I always idolized them and thought they had the best job ever. And yeah, I always wanted to start YouTube. However, I just never did. And then I am now with my partner, who actually pushed me into making my first few videos, and definitely has helped me a lot in the past 4 months of starting YouTube. So I probably wouldn't even have started YouTube if it wasn't for my partner who pushed me into doing it. And now that I have started and gotten a few videos out now, it's definitely becoming more of a habit and a more of an easy thing to do. The next question is, are you making money on YouTube? So no, I am not currently making money on YouTube, but I'm not really driven by the money and I actually enjoy just filming videos. However, if you are interested in how you do start making money on YouTube, there are 2 goals you need to hit for you to then apply to make money from ads being put on your videos. The first goal you have to reach, which is you have to have 1,000 subscribers. And then there is a second goal which has 2 parts to it. You can either get one or the other. So the first one you can either get is 4,000 watch hours, or you can get 10 million views from your shorts, which is, I think, extreme amount of views, and that has to be within 90 days. However, the 4,000 public watch hours can be within a year. The next question is, do you film by yourself? And the big fat answer is no, I do not. My partner does help me a lot. Like, he does give up a lot of time to help me set up shots, as well as stand behind the camera and make sure everything's looking good. He also taught me everything I do know in terms of editing. He taught me all the basics on iMovie, as well as anything he learnt on Final Cut Pro, which is what we're using now. Everything I do know is from him, but now that he has taught me everything I know, I am slowly taking more and more responsibility on in terms of trying to be full-time running my channel alone. The last and final question is, where do you see yourself in 5 years' time? So in 5 years' time, I would be 27. I hope to potentially own my own company. I hope to be thinking or having my first child. I also hope to be married and potentially be looking at or about to purchase my first home. That is the end of all of the questions I got given from my Instagram Q&A. I hope you enjoyed today's video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye guys.